Happy New Year. What up, though? This is Jelly Lounge radio show where we discuss politics like family. That's the theme song, Vulnerable, for my upcoming double album, Jelly for Life, Jelly Forever. My host, Jelly. Hope your new year came in nicely for you. You know, um, we just put in and we installed a new mayor, first female mayor of Detroit, Mayor Sheffield, sworn in this week. She started off by helping out at the food centers, serving food. Off to a great chart, giving back to the community, very accessible. Same as Mayor Duggan's done a lot of great things for Detroit. We love her to keep us in the right direction, keep growing, making us a major tourist spot. A lot of great things going on in the city of Detroit. A lot of rebuilding around the surrounding areas of Detroit as well, besides just Midtown, downtown. We're looking forward to. Definitely cold. We done seen some snow. It's January. We had a nice little run for Christmas. It was clear. Go barbecue, all that good stuff. But hey, it's supposed to be warm 40s next week. For here, that's warm. For people I know in other warm states like California, that be talking trash. Like, man, it's cold, 50 degrees. I'll be on my Daffy Duck like you insufferable right now. We doing like 15 degrees over here. You talking that bull crap about it's cold at 50. Detroit get kind of cold out here. But we do have stuff for you to do if you love the winter fun. We have Campus Marshall had the rolling rink, skating rink, ice skating rink that a lot of people take part of, voted one of the best from ice skating magazines. And it's huge. I ain't done it yet because I don't feel like falling on my butt. 47, but I don't know if I want to get those bumps and bruises. But it looked fun. I might try it, check it out. We got the Cadillac Lodge. You go get warm, get some cocoa. We got the Beacon Park. They have a Candyland theme with large lights, holiday figures. That's going to January 19th. And then, if you've been in Metro Detroit, downtown, especially Midtown, we got the museums for you. We got the Detroit Institute of Arts, so wonderful if you want to be the artsy, high-end type. We got that for you over there. We had the Charles H. Wright Museum or African Museum. Not too far down, we had the Michigan Science Center. They redid that. That's nice as well if you went to science. We have Detroit Historical Museum. That's on Kirby and Woodward. I had to go there for my humanities class years ago at Wayne State. And hold on for a minute. Turn off iPhone. I don't want no problems.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Yeah. Thank you. I forgot to cut that off because I don't want to get knocked off. And when I went down there, it had Detroit from the 1800s, how it looked. And that was incredible to check out downtown. I didn't know Detroit looked like that. Appreciate you tuning in. And I'm like, wow, okay. Because, you see the old West type movies and shows, but to see downtown Detroit, like, dang, we look like that too. That's pretty cool. So we got that. We got the Motown Museum on Grand River. Oh, they're bad at KFC. Stuff I can't mess with now. I still got to check that out. To see how it started, it's pretty amazing. The stuff they used to make the great music that came from it. And we have, I'm pretty sure some other stuff. They just rebuilt downtown with a lot of new stuff. So the Riverwalk, you can walk from the Renaissance Center all the way down to Belle Isle now, I believe. And we sit right across from Canada, which I think is one of the dopest things about the city of Detroit. If you're downtown looking off on Detroit River, you can look right across at Canada. literally right next to another country. Thanks for tuning in. Now, for us Detroiters, because when you can drink in 19 over there, so that was the hangout spot coming up. We over there getting it in, having fun, music cafe, dying cherries. I still ain't been over there during the daytime. I plan to go. Appreciate you. It might be the same person. Okay. And to us, we like, wow, that's, and Canadian people, real cool people over there. Had a lot of fun over there. So when other people come to town, like, oh, y'all sit right next to another country, like, yeah, we are, because that was the spot. It switched up a little bit after 9/11, but stuff got back calm over the years. Canada's a great place to check out. Windsor is amazing. Even Toronto, that amazing country. So if you're in Detroit, you're downtown, you can take the bridge, Ambassador Bridge, or you can take the tunnel. And once you get downtown, once you're looking over the water, you're looking right at it. So it's like, dang, okay, they do got that jumping off. Now, unfortunately, earlier today at 9 something on the Lodge Freeway, a 30-year-old rideshare and a 70-year-old passenger was shot by someone on the freeway. They was in critical condition. The lodge was shut down near Myers, but it reopened. Praying for speedy recovery for everybody. I'm a firm believer in the right to bear arms. Be responsible with your weapons. Everything don't need to be resorted with violence. It really don't. I'm pretty sure everybody got the New Year resolutions going on. 26. Just stick with it. Whatever it is you're trying to do, stick with it. That'd be the biggest thing. Just stick with whatever you're trying to do. And everybody don't gotta know what you're doing. Sometimes moving in silence, let your actions speak louder than your words. And go be great. Whatever you need to be working on, hope you started working on it before the new year came. You're in that second or third gear in it, and just keep going. You should see fruit, hopefully by spring or summer. Now, the biggest news of the day was there's been some escalation with us positioning our ships over there in Venezuela because they have a leader that we don't recognize, and Maduro and his wife, Nicolas Maduro and Celia Flores, who we had put out, which was interesting, reading about it. We put out a arrest warrant because they have been alleged for drug trafficking that's flooded our U.S. streets with cocaine, called narco-terrorist conspiracy, corrupt, illegitimate government, does some other crimes well. I know the gangs that have flooded Colorado, they were saying he runs that. So they did an operation earlier this morning. I believe it was called Operation Absolute Justice, if I said it right. And they went to his compound because he'd been waiting on it. And we, with FBI and other branches of military, apprehended him and his wife. They're on the U.S. warship headed back to New York, where they'll be tried here. And this is where it gets interesting. Because when I was reading about it earlier this morning when I was posting from last night's shows, I saw a split from the Venezuelan people. Some are looking at the dangers of, okay, he just ran up in our country and took the leader. We didn't want him, but he was the leader. What would be the repercussions from that? And then you had others who are celebrating that he took power when he shouldn't have and been treating us like crap and a lot of atrocities. We need him out of here. And someone did something about it. Appreciate you. And some of them was saying with their chest, like, you ain't from over here, you need to keep your mouth quiet. I'm like, oh, okay. So there's a lot of strong contrast on both sides on how they feel. Now, the legal reasoning that was used was a 1989 memo that former President George H.W. Bush used to go to Panama to get Noriega. Because through our Constitution, we can't go slap somebody without talking to Congress first. That was the big issue that his son, George W. Bush, President George W. Bush, had when we went to Iraq. That's the last time we had a regime change since 2003. And that was the biggest issue that was, if you someone that paid attention to politics, was issue here. Like, wait a minute, how did you just go over there and get Hussein? We didn't approve it. And that's supposed to be the checks and balances with the three legislative branches where we don't have dictators just do what they want to do. Now, given what happened at the time of 9/11, they kind of gave him a blank check to do what he want. He kind of used that to go that route because we were saying Afghanistan attacked us at the time. And we wound up going left to Iraq, which had everybody like time out. Thought we said they over here. But in this particular case, President Trump is using what President George H.W. Bush used, the 1989 memo, to work around Congress to go over there. Because you don't really have FBI handing out arrest warrants in other countries. That's new. That's new. But the people are celebrating. I read the comments. You see people happy that this dude is out of power. If you check on even people in Florida that are from there, they're on other news outlets are cheering the person going. Now we've taken over and we're going to be in charge until someone that's for the betterment of the people of Venezuela takes over. We're going to deal with reopen up the pipelines to make them better. We work with the oil companies here because they have oil over there, so that can be a resource for the people of Venezuela to make money, make their country prosperous. And so hopefully that's the total goal, to make sure they good, they can move, make money in the global market and keep their thing going and growing. Well, that's going to have a lot of people looking at it kind of like, what's this? What are we doing? No injuries to our soldiers. None of our equipment really. We had over 150 planes and our G.I. Joe type equipment to go over there and get him, because it's like he knew it was coming. But we spend $1 trillion a year on defense, so I think we got some Avengers, Marvel type stuff. So when we come for you, it's going to be kind of tough, unfortunately. But if you get news outside of the regular news channels, you will see President Trump has done some things that some people are happy for. I know it's mixed here in this country that, oh, man, he doing this or that we don't like, but he might do some things that you do like. And now I know it's going to bring the question. I'm pretty sure people that are more versed in this than I am are talking already that, well, why didn't former presidents do this already? If this dude been this bad for this long, why didn't Biden or Obama or any other president go get him up out of there? Just for me from afar, I would assume when you do it, just like we did with Iraq, and we wound up being over there over 10 plus years dealing with that situation, if you upseat someone out that chair, you got to hold it till you put a better infrastructure in. And that can be more of a daunting task than what you want to do. So that aspect of it, I can understand that, yeah, he's bad. We need to deal with him, but, well, what's the plan B? Because, him saying that we're going to run it for now, well, that's a lot. Now you gotta delegate resources to Venezuela to put in place a structure to run the country till someone the people want in there that's gonna do right by the people of Venezuela is in power. And maybe set some parameters so maybe no other dictators don't just say, well, we'll wait out the US when they leave. Everybody got their camera moments, they happy, yay. We're gonna sit back in the cut. When they all gone, we're gonna run up in here at midnight and take it back over and we're gonna run. So I'm assuming these contingencies, you gotta think about that. Okay, well, we don't want another Manduro to take over. We want that at the end to where they have a good power structure going forward, where it's good leaders running this country and the people are good. And that's what America says we want to do. Now, I've always said it, even when he first ran and won. If he play it right, President Trump could go down one of the greatest presidents ever if he do the right things. Jeff, you sound crazy. You can't be saying this before COVID. And I'm saying after COVID. And it's still on the table. If he do the right things that he should do, he could go down as a great president. You might not like everything he do, but his name won't be mud when it's all said and done when he leave office. I mean, someone said it before, like, maybe God allowed him to be there for a reason. I mean, he's not owned by a corporate interest because he's already a billionaire. So you can't tell him, well, I put you in the presidency, so you better do what I want. He got money. So if it's just a goal to make sure the people was good and I want to do some good with that seat, this, from what I read from, I don't know if it's 50-50, the people of Venezuela, how they feel about this, but there's a lot of people that feel he did a good thing. So definitely the logistics of it's going to be the big thing going forward. I'm pretty sure you're going to hear on the news most of the week going forward, okay, how is this going to play out? International leaders are now responding, looking at, okay, the U.S. just ran up in there and took him out that seat. That's going to make it very interesting. Like Venezuelan VP says, country never be an economy again. I mean, I never heard of you getting the husband and the wife on the indictment form. Like, wow. That's and if people wonder, well, why they going to New York? Well, New York is where we have our embassy for all the international events. It's not a secret. That's where the money comes through for the stock trade. A lot of international things take place there. So our international courts, I believe, is in New York. They just got a new mayor, so that's might bring some interesting conversations going forward. Now, some will say, well, we did that to take over their oil. Well, oil prices have been good. Now, right now, oil in Michigan, I know it was over 330 months ago. It's about some areas 239, some areas 270. I feel for other countries other states where it's like $4-5 still. But that might be inflation, cost of living prices. But to rebuild that oil infrastructure, I didn't know they had oil over there. So that brings the question in that y'all been just living fed off the hog while the rest of the people been struggling, and y'all got an infrastructure to do better for the people. So it's going to be a lot of different talks going on. And I'm pretty sure Congress is already like, hey, man, he going to have to come talk to us, because how y'all keep unilaterally doing what y'all want to do, and we ain't gave y'all approval to enact any type of war activity? Because we did go with the FBI, go to Venezuela and go get him and his wife up out there, that compound. Now, it just shows you how much our weaponry is, that no casualties, no real damage to our military equipment. I think we got Iron Man suits at this point. I mean, I know President Obama said he was trying to do it. So we spend $1 trillion a year on defense. So unless you China or Russia, who got just about, or North Korea, who got a real big military, you ain't really seen I might use like this in a long time to help the people. Because all I heard from watching President Trump talk about it was he's a very bad man. We need to get him off that seat, get this thing working in the best interest of the people of Venezuela. So they got money coming in, everybody good. Sounds presidential. I know what the hell I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm independent. With moderate conservative views. I see both sides. Both sides are to extreme implementation on average. But Trump is not your typical Republican president either, because he was a Democrat for years. He gave money to all sides, even independents. So you ain't seen something like him before, and he's a billionaire. That might make you mad, but at the same time, no one put him in power on what we have seen so far over the years. So he can tell you to shut up and not, well, dang, so and so put me in. I gotta get their list of stuff they want. I gotta start checking off. Like, nope, I'm not beholden to none of y'all. He gives his salary away every year. So, I mean, just looking at what I read from the people of Venezuela, the pros and cons, mostly are good that he went and did it. Guys, gotta shout him out. Shout President Trump on helping some people in the country that need some help. The logistics is going to be the issue going forward to us running it until they get the right infrastructure in place. It's going to be the biggest issue. And if you pay attention to it this week, it's going to be more people talking about, well, Congress should have been involved. Well, why are they coming here? All those type of things. I'm definitely happy no military soldiers were hurt, because we need to make sure they are taken care of better even when they leave duty. We don't discard them for what we asked them to do for the betterment of our country. Shout out to all military, whoever served. Thank you for your service. We're going to see what it do. For middle ground and ground floor tonight, it's going to be reruns. Next week, everything's going to be new episodes. Need a little break. And a lot of stuff going on, so ground floor, we're going to be cooking. My third mom, Dr. Lisa Fuller, she got an amazing book she wrote. We're going to talk about that for interview next Friday. I don't think I have an interview that Saturday, but sports, got to talk about sports. The ground floor, we got some good stuff to talk about that as well. And we may touch on our 30-year reunion this year, class 96. Wow. It's here. That's crazy. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Do something for yourself. Check on your people. Till next time, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to purchase my latest products, my books and music, go to Amazon.com. I have new merchandise on the way. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE Network. Thanks for coming.